Alright guys, we got a juicy video. I got some internal information from NIO, directly official information from NIO. They have a weekly internal report and they have shared this information with me, and I am sharing that information with you guys. So please subscribe and hit the bell. And also, the CEO recently went on stage and gave a very good speech and revealed some very interesting information. We're also going to go over that in this video as well. And before we get started, of course, go check out our merch if you haven't already done so. We got some pretty cool stuff going for sale. So this speech is done at a China Enterprises conference, and he starts off by saying that NIO owners do not have any range anxiety and that electric vehicles should not have range anxiety as well. It is unfair to punish customers for choosing an EV because charging is so inconvenient, and charging should be as convenient as getting the gas. That's why battery swap is the preferred way that NIO owners choose to replenish their energy. And that battery swap is a very good solution to this problem. And ever since 2012, we have been trying to validate this further and further. And that since 2015, they have been designing vehicles from the ground up that supports battery swap. And that as of today, there's 2,238 swap stations providing roughly 70,000 battery swaps per day. And NIO owners have no range anxiety. This is once again a very good getting the word out kind of move by the CEO, telling people about battery swap, getting them interested and doing their own research on battery swap. But what's most important to us is the number, 70,000 swaps per day. That's quite a big number. I did not know that they had 70,000 swaps per day. I know that by the at the start of this year, during Chinese New Year, they went up to around 55,000 peak per day battery swaps. But that was mostly free. And now, considering the situation, some NIO owners have it free, some do not. I'd say with fair confidence that most of the swaps are still mostly free. And I think for NIO's swapping business to break even, they would have to have at least the same amount of customers that are paying for swaps as there are that are not paying for swaps. So I think maybe by next year or end of next year, that's when you'll have enough deliveries of people that don't have free swaps and they'll be paying for swaps. And that's when swapping will actually become profitable, in my opinion. All right. Now, I got some very good information from NIO's PR department, official information. All right. I did indeed sit down with them at one of the NIO houses, the service center that I was at, and had a coffee with them and talked about a bunch of things, some of my ideas of how to increase sales, how to make the company better, etc., etc. And they were happy to provide some information. And of course, in the future, there will be more information provided by them to be shared on my channel. So this is one of the information that they gave me today, actually. So this is what that person said. All the numbers are till November 30th. Since the new ES6 has been launched, the total delivery number reached close to 50,000 for that vehicle alone, ranked number 1 in its segment with competitors such as BMW X3 and iX3 and Mercedes GLC. Now, the other interesting thing is this. So for the month of November, with an average sale price above 300,000 RMB, NIO's ranked number 1, occupying 60.1% of the market, BMW below 20%, Mercedes below 10%. This is obviously pure electric sales, all right? So this is pretty amazing, 60% market share of the luxury EV segment. It really shows the level of dominance NIO has, and despite competitors that are launching luxury EVs that seem to have killer specs and everything, at the end of the day, if people are choosing pure EVs instead of EREVs, and they do their research, they do their homework, because it is a very expensive purchase decision to buy a luxury EV, most of the time they're going to buy a NIO unless they're super hardcore BMW fans or Mercedes fans or Tesla fan. The logical choice is usually NIO. And this is just today. Mercedes EQC has been doing aggressive price cuts because they've realized their EVs are not selling at all. Now you can see right here on this post, the original price is 491.9K. Now they decreased the price by 165K RMB. So now the price after discount is 326.9K RMB with a discount of 33%, which is just incredible. And these are brand new cars. I mean, at this price point, it's pretty obvious that they're sliding it right under the price of a ES6, which is 338K, just a little bit below the ES6. But I think logically, most people will still pick the ES6 over any other EVs because the ES6 has tremendous value. Now, another very interesting statistic that I learned is that about 70% of NIO's sales comes from referral. And this is directly from the PR department. That's what they told me. And this really means that for the longest time ever, they've pretty much been focusing on get the product right, do the best they can to make our customers happy, and the sales will come by themselves. 70% referral rate. I mean, that's pretty crazy. Only 30% comes from other places, non-referrals. That's a very high amount. But they've realized, and in my conversation with them, they've said that they've realized that right now the market is very different now. It's much more competitive, and they have to change their strategy when it comes to marketing and advertising. And so they've worked on placing those stickers on the swap stations that you've seen in my previous video, and they're also very soon going to be implementing stickers on the cars to showcase their achievements. They're all very nice, and they might come out with some other plans and strategies to bolster sales. And I pitched to them the idea of not wasting the screen inside the car, have it display battery swap. I pitched to them the problem that I encountered when I was trying to sell NIOs with the sales reps in the front line, which is the fact that even after a test drive, customers still may not know what battery swap is. Customers do not understand how great a NIO is, and they don't understand all the achievements that NIO has, and there's nothing in the stores to advertise that, which is very frustrating. And even when I was trying to sell a NIO in the store, I had to pull out one of my own YouTube videos showcasing battery swap, and then they go like, "Oh wow, that's very nice," and that's just really frustrating because not every sales rep is going to have that video on hand. And the fact that many of these customers, they go through the whole entire process of test driving, etc., and don't know what a battery swap is very frustrating, especially for the amount of money NIO puts into these swap stations and the amount of swap stations that NIO has. And at the end of the day, these customers think that they know everything about NIO when they actually don't. So this is something that they realized and they are working towards fixing. So that's all very, very nice. But what you're seeing right now is, for example, Li Auto, they're putting so much effort into incentives for customers to purchase their vehicle. They are offering so many free gifts and everything to get people to buy their car. It's just insane. It's crazy. And of course, their sales numbers do prove that they're getting a lot higher deliveries. I guess for NIO, even though 60% market share is fantastic, why isn't it 80%, right? Why isn't it 90%, right? Even though those numbers seem good, I don't think investors are satisfied with what NIO is delivering right now, right? We want to see monthly 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 deliveries. It seems hard, it seems unreachable, but it is very possible if you got the proper marketing and everything. So I think NIO is working towards that, and I think if they got a very good incentive package, which they don't right now, and also very good marketing with the stickers and all those kind of achievements that NIO has, then I think they'll be able to really unlock a higher number of deliveries and really get the trend for deliveries to go up instead of down, which is what we're seeing right now. Anyways, as always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.